to get into this because I think there's a power of play, and you spoke about it. Entertainment plays a very heavy role within the toy world. And I've been talking to my kids. I'm like, hey guys, what kind of blockbusters do you want to see for Thanksgiving? And right now there just doesn't seem to be a lot that appeals for them. And they're 10 and 12, right? So they're specifically
Okay.
looking for certain things. But I always look at it because whatever they want to watch in the movie theater, please believe I want to go shopping afterwards, buy the gifts, and then put it underneath the Christmas tree. So tell me about the importance of having entertainment parlay into the success of toys.
So this year had been a little bit of a return, I think, to some blockbuster entertainment, where earlier in the year we had James Gunn's Superman, which did well at the box office and fueled some toy development. Of course, the big story of this year is the one with no product, which is K-pop Demon Hunters, which are your kids into that yet?
No, but all their friends are, and it's so funny because I just saw the headliners that Mattel is going to partner with them, but it's going to be a year from now, right? That they can actually produce and push out the toys.
So they did sort of a almost an unheard of co-licensing agreement where Mattel and Hasbro are co-master toy partners for that brand. And you're right, it's going to be about a year, easily licensable because you have to prove that there's an audience. And because it's so long lead, when Netflix and their partners at Sony had originally solicited that to the toy makers, there wasn't a ton of interest because the properties, and we've seen this before with other films, especially family entertainment. There's a bunch of hype, and then they go to streaming, and they either click like this did, and they become a cultural juggernaut, or they have a good week, and then they get buried in all the other things that are there because there's so much new stuff coming out all the time. So this reminds me a lot, actually, and I wish somebody would have done this, but it reminds me a lot about when the original Star Wars movie came out in 1977,
Oh
and
yeah.
they didn't have toys. Then it comes out, it's a big deal. Kenner makes the deal. They can't get the toys, so they sell an empty box. They sold families an empty box called the early bird kit that they put under Christmas trees, and it was the flat box, and it said, "Yep, next year you're going to get these characters in the mail. We're going to mail them to you as soon as the factory is done." And I kind of wish somebody had done that, but